Hi, I'm Joan Quinn, and welcome back to the Joan Quinn Profiles. We're taping here at the Hollywood Museum, and we're celebrating with our high soprano, whom I called mezzo-soprano before, singer, performer Julia MIGENES, who grew up on the Lower East Side, attended that prestigious high school of music and arts, and as a teenager, starred opposite Zero Mostel in Fiddler on the Roof. She was on Broadway. She sang at the Volksopera in Vienna, at the Met in New York, and at the Grand in Geneva, which was really a big influence on you, right? We're going to talk about that. So she went on with Grammy Awards and Golden Lions and Golden Mics and Golden Cameras, and she's at the Odyssey Theater right now singing Kurt Weill. So you performed in Salome in Geneva.
Yes, with Maurice Béjart was he's a great choreographer, and he directed the opera.
But that then led to this film that you did.
Yes, well, yeah, because they were looking for Carmen, and he was a great friend with the producer, Toscan Duplantier. And what happened was they were sitting at dinner, and it's because I had just sung Lulu at the Met.
Oh, you had just sung Lulu.
Lulu at the Met, you see. And so I jumped in for Teresa Stratus. I had never sung it before, but I worked on it 1 year. And when I sang it, it was just like singer perfect. So they heard about that, and then I did Salome, you see. Béjart took me for Salome.
I see.
But I had had a huge career in Germany and Austria before that.
But all in the opera. All on opera,
yeah.
All in opera, all on the stage.
Yes.
Nothing like you're doing now at the Odyssey where you're alone.
Oh, I've done concerts, many, many concerts, only because when my kids got to a certain age and I couldn't travel with them anymore, I said, I'm not going to be away for, 2 months in an opera house. So I started doing a lot of concerts. But I mostly like being, really on stage. I mean, I was singing Covent Garden, Manon. I took my whole family with me. When I did Carmen, I took my whole family with me. It was like really, to be a mother at the same time as the breadwinner.
I didn't realize that you had had such an opera career.
Of course. I already sang as a teenager with Giancarlo Menotti in the St. of Bleecker Street, where it's Annina, and she has all these arias,
right.
And I'm a teenager. I sang with Bernstein with the Philharmonic in my teens.
And then that's when you were on Broadway as
a
teenager,
yes,
right?
Broadway, yeah. So I learned from being on stage with geniuses.
Really?
Jerome Robbins.
I know.
I mean, geniuses,
but
very young.
You were very young, so you were really absorbing everything.
Yes.
And
it was on stage. It wasn't like I was studying.
No, that's different.
On stage.
But how did you change from opera to, say, musical theater?
Always before.
Was it?
Of course, West Side Story was already. At the same time I was singing with Giancarlo Menotti, St. of the Bleecker Street, I was singing on Broadway. I was singing, I did West Side Story. I love to dance. I always say, okay, so I'm married to my voice, but my lover is dance.
Is that right? So you took all those classes, though, at your high school?
No, not at... The thing is, it wasn't really, what happened was, you want to really know the story?
Yeah, I really want to know.
Okay, the slums of New York, really the slums of New York, and on the corner there's a little dancing school. A little dancing school that took all the poor kids, and we didn't have to pay because I had curly hair and I dance and sing.
And you were little, and
I was little. And at 3, my family hears a knock on the door because we're down the road, and the little kid in Madame Butterfly was sick, and it was early evening, and they came and, can we take your daughter?
The little kid, the little
yes,
boy, they're
yeah.
taking your daughter.
Yes, so they took me. They took me to, I don't think it was the Met, and I was sound asleep. I'm 3 years old.
Oh my gosh!
And they put a wig on and a kimono, and I'm thinking, this thing doesn't fit, but I won't tell anybody. And then I'm hearing this music and these voices, and he brings the side of the curtain. He says, "You see that woman?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, 3 years old, just woke up. run to her and say, "Mama, mama, mama."
Oh, they gave you words too?
Yeah, "Mama, mama, mama." So I go, and I go, "Mama, mama," and I see a whale with eye makeup streaming down because she is sweating so much.
Oh my gosh.
And she
A
had
whale?
a whale. And she had toothpicks in her hair that went like that. And she had a beehive on her head. I mean, I'm hallucinating. And she's at the moment where Chocho-san sings hysterically, "Eko esto, eko esto," like this.
And you're like,
No, I went, "Ah!"
you did?
I started screaming. I
Oh,
started
that's so
screaming.
funny.
So she had to sing the whole aria with me in her arms.
So she
And
grabbed you?
Yes, but I'm screaming in her ear. I'm screaming like this. And then she sort of like drop kicks me off the stage after her aria practically. And they promised me ice cream, everything, whatever. So I go back on stage at the end.
Oh, you do again?
Of course, he goes at the end when she commits suicide.
Oh, right.
So-
and he takes the boy?
Oh no, but it was most beautiful because what happened was that since I'm small, I have to see. She sings this aria, which is, "Oi meches, look in your mother's eyes, so that you do not forget her." So that
right.
you, and it was such love, and I was transfixed. So she sits me, and she says, "Take these little flags and do this." And the thing that's most amazing was, I'm so small that I only saw the lights, but I didn't see the musicians. I didn't see the conductor. And it was waves of music coming at me. And it's a genius, Puccini. So it went, dee da da da. It was magical. And from then I did all the kids in all the operas. By the time I was in my early teens, I could sing with a soprano voice.
Isn't that
Then I
is-
went to Vienna and I sang for 10 years, every role. And I had my own, what did I have? I had my own TV show in Germany where everything.
That was
Then
fantastic.
after that was Lulu and Germany and
Vienna.
and Salome and then Carmen.
The movie.
Yes.
Carmen the movie. And then in between, there's like 30 CDs and DVDs.
Yeah, just what you
and
do over and over again.
It's just what you do over and over?
Yeah,
When do you have time to do those things?
In between. It's a singer's life.
And then you have to learn everything with the accents, right? So you have
Yeah.
a coach.
Well, when with Carmen, it was, I had the greatest coach, Janine Rice, because I had never sung in French. But they had auditioned 300 girls, and they couldn't find a Carmen, except Maurice Béjart was sitting with the producer, and he said, you know, the only one who could do it is Julie McGuinness, because she can dance, she can act.
And he knew about dancing. He had his own company.
He's a
The
choreographer.
Béjart, Béjart Ballet Company.
It was brilliant, yeah.
And then we've talked about all these roles you've done, all the singing you've done, all the CDs. How do you keep your voice?
3 books. One is by a German scientist called Husler. Another one is by a great, great German singer in 1902 at the end of her career where she was still singing like a goddess.
So you read those?
Lily Lehmann. No,
Oh,
they are
Lily
real,
Lehmann,
they're
yes.
real techniques. The real technique about how to keep your voice.
Oh, so you've learned those
I
things.
correct my voice with that because it's the old techniques which are the ones.
Well, they lasted a long time,
Yes.
didn't they, those people? So I saw you in Diva on the Verge.
Oh.
I saw you in the, Human Voice? How do you say it in
La
French?
Voix Humaine.
Oh, that was so great.
Thank
and you
you.
sang for an hour and a half.
Yeah. No, it's an hour actually. Yeah, I
Well,
just did it in Germany with the most amazing young conductor director from Iceland, Törlifur Annarsson. But brilliant.
How do you keep that going? You do it so many times a week, right?
No, in opera you sing maybe twice.
Oh, so that you don't have to do. Oh, I
yeah.
see. And the other one, Diva on the Verge?
Diva on the same thing, like 2 days in between.
Oh,
Very
it's-
rare. Once in a while, maybe one after another, but that's very difficult.
Oh, I didn't know that you took time. I thought it was
Must.
like on the stage where
No.
I mean on theater where you just
No.
went to...
It's physically impossible.
One of the other things that I wanted to talk to you about, because you had this great, before we get into the Kurt Weill, this story about singing with Mahagoni, And,
yeah.
And La Lenya came
Well,
back.
yeah, I sang Mahogany twice, actually. Once in Vienna, where I was 8 months pregnant. So I'm singing the role of a prostitute, 8 months pregnant. So I never turned sideways, because I carried like this.
Straight in front.
And that, yes, right in here. And then I sang it at the Met Opera, Lenya was there, and she came back with a rose. And I mean, I've won like the Edison Prize for the recording of Seven Deadly Sins with Michael Tilson Thomas, and I was like so proud of that. But to get a rose from Lotte Lenya,
And that's and it was she was the one who sang the Weill songs, right?
all of them. She had an affair with both with Brecht and with Kurt Weill, and the joke between one was, I'll lend you Lotte.
Alenia Lotte.
I'll lend you
Oh,
Lotte.
I'll lend you Lotte. Well, they did well with her, didn't they?
Yeah.
They both did well with her. So tell us a little bit about the show at the Odyssey.
The thing is I was doing this show. I started doing it in the Châtelet in Paris in February.
Oh, you just as February?
Yes,
Oh.
and that was constructed. We put it together for the Châtelet, and now we're starting to do it again in November in France. And I haven't sung it since then. And the luck happened that Beth Hogan called me and she said, "Do you have anything you can do at the Odyssey? We just lost Stephen Burkoff, who was going to do something. You got a film, and we have this time for you." And I said, "That comes so in handy. I can do it here." It's a lot of words. It's in German, French, and English, and it just really, I can't just jump into it
to go over there. So this is like
yeah, it's like
almost
a great,
like a rehearsal.
Yes, it's a great rehearsal in front of an audience.
It's a real rehearsal.
Yes.
Who's directing you?
Not really, but I will have my my fourth ex-husband. He'll come and
He is now.
Yeah, of
Is
course.
he?
Of my fourth ex, yeah. And they're all four are in a satellite, but
who
this
is he?
one came down.
Medic?
Peter Medic.
Peter Medic?
Do it. But basically, it's more the lighting and stuff.
Oh,
and,
right.
and he, we may be divorced and there are issues, etc., but there are never any issues when it comes to our art.
To
Never.
professionalism. He's professional, you're professional.
Yes, and we agree on so many
I was going to
things.
say,
Yeah.
you can trust him.
Yeah. I can say, should I do this? Because usually I am my own motor.
But so who wrote the script? Do you talk in between?
No, this I'll just talk, because the one I did in the Châtelet is with one of their most brilliant concert pianists. And so he was, Bruno Fontaine is somebody who
You won't have a pianist?
I will have a wonderful pianist, but she's not a famous concert pianist.
I see.
But still, she has. I'm only choosing her because I really love the way she accompanies and love the way she plays. She's Japanese. Mitsuku Mori, I forgot.
You don't have to speak Japanese in this, right? French,
right.
German?
Yeah, French, German, and English.
And English.
But I'll be putting it together very more sort of relaxed for this public, because that one was very intense.
What will you wear?
I don't even know. Do you know what I mean? Because I wore that. In any case, this is a thing of all black. And
I know.
Because I want to stay Brecht. I want to stay the oldest style possible, the real style,
Well, I think we have to see it before it goes to where next?
It goes to France in, where am
That's
I going?
okay, France, and then when?
Yeah, and
where?
then it will go to Germany, and then it goes to Iceland, and then it goes to,
I'm so glad. Julia, I've been wanting to see you and have you on the show for years and years, so thank you.
It's a great pleasure.
Thank you. And thanks for watching the JoanQuinn Profiles. Write to JaQuinn1 at AOL.com.